94.9 CHRW. My name is Brian Tong, and I'm the host of Underground Currents. And today I have Mike from a Wilhelm Scream. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Good to be here.
You guys are on a tour with Single Mothers right now. How has that been so far?
It's been incredible. Those guys are like really great people, and I think their band is great too. They have such a good sound to them and such a good vibe. Everybody is great at what they do, and you can tell that they're really enjoying what they do, so couldn't ask for a better situation,
Is there a memorable moment so far on this tour?
Last night was pretty fun. I was the DD, but for what it's worth, everybody got fed a lot of booze by our buddy Billy, who manages Club Absinthe in Hamilton, and couldn't ask for a better night. It was really great. Almost got into a fight.
Really?
Yeah, slightly. Somebody knocked a bunch of our stuff down the steps, and our tour manager almost lost it, but a few more shots, and that kind of fixed everything. So, yeah.
Now, I just wanted to do a little backtrack. So, Career Suicide came out 6 years ago.
Yes.
Your last release technically was 3 years ago. And so, and the funny thing I found out was like all the past records came out about 1 or 2 years within release. So this is the longest kind of layover that you've had. Has this been like on purpose, or and is it like this layover really weird to you guys?
I don't know how it feels for the rest of the guys, because I know they have been putting out records like you said, almost every year.
Yeah.
To me, I'm just excited that it's out. It's been a long time, but I think the EP was kind of like testing the waters, just like how we all worked together and everything, and that was a great experience. And we would have wanted the album to come out sooner, but just with our touring schedules, then also too just with life happening. Also, like as a 1-year-old now, Trevor, he had just proposed to his girlfriend, now fiance. Cool. So we're just trying to juggle everything around, the best we can, and it's just been a matter of making sure the stars got aligned properly to do it properly, and stoked that it's finally here though.
Absolutely. I absolutely dig Party Crasher. If you haven't checked it out, please do so. Just a little bit more about the record. What do you think is the biggest difference between this one and any of the previous records?
Wow, that's a good question. I think just the collaboration between us all, just our different musical backgrounds, I think really added a lot to the album, so I think that would be like the biggest difference, just new little twist, from everybody's perspective, just being involved in every aspect, not only in the writing but also the producing and recording of it as well, doing it ourselves. So it definitely lent itself to a different route that I think came out for the better. Yeah.
So as you said before, you and also Trevor kind of engineered and produced this record. Do you think it was important for you guys to do it yourselves instead of bringing another guy in?
I definitely think so. From the start, we wanted to have the blasting room involved. Like Trevor and Bill, they speak fairly often and keep in touch, and we would have liked to do it there too. I would have liked to do it there as well, just because I've never been there, and it would have been a cool experience. But on that take, Trevor and I have learned a lot from doing this ourselves, so I think it was a very good experience in that, a lot of headaches and hair pulling and, no sleep, a lot of coffee, no food, but it was definitely a good experience. And just being able to do it ourselves too also gives us the time to really make sure we're getting what we want, and which can be a blessing and a curse in the same way, because, you can take a long time to do something, but I think the next one will go a lot smoother now that we know how things go,
Now on this record, there's some interesting choices for song names. I've got a couple here. Walkman with Michael Douglas, Harry Scarecrow. How did the naming of these kind of songs came together?
Well, I think Brian had had to do with Harry Scarecrow. At the time, that song actually was one of the songs that I had kind of brought to the table, and Trevor had a few lines lyrics which inspired me to write the lyrics for it, and he coached me through it, but at the time that song was kind of on my shoulders, and I kind of looked like a hairy scarecrow. I had hair down to my chest and a big beard.
Really?
So I think that's how it just became Hairy Scarecrow. Brian just kind of made a smart ass remark, and it stuck. Walking with Michael Douglas was a fun one. Trevor and I were working on the demo of that song, just him, a guitar, and me on the laptop recording them and going over things. And I forgot how it came up, but but I was trying to point out that movie, Falling Down with Michael Douglas.
Oh, okay.
But I had called it Walking with Michael Douglas. That movie, Walking with Michael Douglas. And when we figured it out, we kind of laughed about it, but it just kind of stuck.
Yeah,
you know? So, hence Walking with Michael Douglas. Yeah,
that's cool. Now, Dave Klock did the artwork for this record.
Yeah.
Now he's notable for doing stuff for the Swellers, La Dispute, Defeater.
I think the Hard Sounds maybe he did something for too, if I'm not mistaken.
He has a huge list. Actually, if you look on Dave Klock's website, there's like a huge list of bands that he's done artwork for. So how was it just working with Dave Klock for this one?
It was great. It was awesome. I mean, he definitely had some the big input to like the cover of it, and I think it came from him touring with us as well. I've known him for quite some time now. He actually filled in on bass guitar for a band that I used to play in, and I've known him. He's from Michigan, and so am I. So having him involved was really great. I think it was really good. A lot of good, back and forth between him and Trevor, especially about how we wanted it to come out. But
yeah, there's a lot of energy like resonating from that artwork, just like that giant whale and all this crazy stuff. So that's really, really cool. Just for this record specifically, are there any music videos to come for this record?
Definitely, yeah. There's already 2 that have been filmed. One is getting finished up with the editing.
Cool.
I won't say which one's just yet, but one's been done for a while, and it's kind of goofy, but I think...
I saw like a tweet like around March or something.
Yeah. But there's definitely 2 right now, and there's talks of doing a couple more at least. So, yeah.
Nice.
As to when they'll be out, I'm not sure, but they will eventually.
Now, I know like the band's from Boston, and so have you guys ever kept up with Boston sports recently?
Definitely. As far as sports go, I'm not like the biggest sports fan. I'd like to get into it, but I just always find myself like researching something about recording or music gear or something, and I'm sure like once I get older and I start getting a beer gut, I'll be sitting on the couch stoked talking about sports. But
how were the guys feeling for when the Red Sox won the World Series?
Absolutely stoked. It was at a time there too, I was watching when the Red Sox and the Tigers were playing, because I kind of root for the Tigers,
absolutely,
and for the Red Sox, but so that was a fun thing to watch, to see the 2 teams play together.
Just to wrap things up though, what is the Wilhelm Screams plans for 2014?
As of right now, we've got a tour that we're planning with, I don't know if I'm supposed to announce this or not, but I'm going to. With Polar Bear Club. We're going to be doing a European tour for...
they have a new album, by the way.
Yeah. That was the idea behind it. Chris actually hit me up, Chris from Polar Bear Club. He texted me. He's like, hey, just heard the new album, really dig it. We should tour together because we've got a new album. And I hit our manager, Ray Picard, up that day, and he called me back, and we talked about it. And
nice.
I guess it, the wheels are turning and things are working out. So, that'll be in February and March, but it's an overseas tour. We're doing like the UK and some European dates as well. So, looking forward to that. As far as other stuff, I know there's things in the works, but not enough for me to really even talk about, because I kind of don't even know.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for doing this interview,
Absolutely.
Mike.
Thank you.
Party Crasher is available right now. You can actually get it on No Idea Records, on their website, iTunes, your local record store. I would say local record store instead of maybe like some other big store. So definitely go check it out. My opinion, one of the best albums to come out in 2013. So
thank you very
once
much.
again, thank you so much for doing this interview.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
And my name is Brian Tong. I'm the host of Underground Currents. I'll see you guys soon.